the way that we think about this market is that prevention is the only way forward. If you're constantly fighting that cure, you're up against macro kind of trends that you can't ultimately control: aging workforce, lower activity levels, sedentary lifestyle. So if you're just going on the claim side, you can't change those. On the preventative side, actually what you are able to do is make something that is simple for employees, easier to understand, easier to access, and ultimately from a benefits team perspective, easier for you to actually understand what is going on and how are employees thinking, how are they acting, and how is it translating through to impact from a claims perspective, a cost perspective, but also a wider business strategy perspective. I was reading another report this morning, and it was talking about how the perception of what a firm is doing versus what an employee thinks they're doing is so disconnected, and it always has been. And actually, that is a chronic problem within benefits, of what the HR benefits team is doing doesn't translate into how the employees are actually feeling and talking about, and their perception of what is going on with those benefits.
Well, that comes right back to what Michael said, isn't it? There is a lot about this engagement, that actually, if you don't have that in high engagement, then actually your influence on employees is always going to be minimal, because you haven't got the volume of your workforce interacting. That impact just isn't going to be there. And I know we touch on it later on, but it's probably worthwhile mentioning now that part of the way that you have to get that engagement is by offering variety and personalisation, so that it isn't a case that actually these benefits are just lost within like the ether of the intranet that you have, or your flex platform, but actually that you can get the right support to the right employees at the right time. And that's how we can kind of get ahead of these claims.